All right, so I have Laura and Robin, myself, Art, Bob, Sheila, Mr. Mish, and Karen on board. Okay. All right, any public comments? Okay, then let's go to the minutes from June 29th. Any changes on those?
Terry does. I mean, Mr. Mish does.
All right, Mr. Mish.
Okay, last page, new business, Parks and Rec. Join the Zoom meeting, blah, blah, blah. They're requesting purchase of brush cutter to trim. It's not around, it's really in the retention pond. I think that's kind of an important distinction, depending on the machine. And then the last part of that is whether we write down Terry Mish or we made a suggestion that they use the money to purchase much needed grass seed.
Okay.
I'd like that in the minutes, please.
Okay. Robin, are you good with?
Yes, I am. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Does anyone remember who made the motion to adjourn? That's the only other thing on there.
All right, hold on. Art Canal.
Okay, thank you.
Nice catch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. All right, that's my good deed of the evening. I appreciate everybody being here. I'll see you later.
Wait, we at least have to do the emergency waiver approval.
Okay. All right. Just going down. All right, our minutes. All right, so are there any other discussions regarding the minutes of June 29th? Okay, we'll take a vote. Linda, yes. Art?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Sheila?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 600 to approve.
All right, who made the motion to approve as amended?
I will.
In a second.
I'll second it.
Oh, that would have helped, right? Thank you.
That's just a procedural thing.
Okay. Okay, so we're going on to the approval of the emergency waiver due to our storm. Is there any discussion on that? Or any clarification needed?
I'd like to say that the reason that we're going through this process instead of just taking a reserve fund transfer, for example, to pay for this storm damage, is because it's so early in the fiscal year that we don't want to deplete the reserve fund transfer. And that was expressed to me by Carl. Obviously, to me, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want to take a big chunk of money out of that reserve fund this early in the season.
Yeah.
In the fiscal year. So we're going to this option, and this money will have to be paid back one way or another. That's yet to be determined
Okay.
at a future vote or process.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? Sorry, I'm scrolling through all my pages. Okay. All right. Hearing none, can I get a motion for accepting the emergency declaration?
So moved.
Terry Mish, second.
Okay. All right. Linda, yes. Art,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Sheila,
Yes.
Terry,
Yeah,
Karen.
Yes.
Okay, 600. Thank you. And there. Sorry, my iPad just, it's moving really slow, so it doesn't want to load the pages for me. And I didn't print off the agenda tonight. Come on. She'll get there. She's thinking. Okay, while this is thinking, Carl had sent us a tentative schedule regarding the repairs of the fire station. And so we sent that out to everybody. He says, you know, he wishes that we were a little further into the process, that we could have started earlier, but the ball is rolling and it seems like a really good schedule. And he said, so far, so good with it. They're keeping up with it. Progress is being made. The other thing we did is we did approve, or I should say that Art and I approved $20,000 to go towards the air conditioning at the fire station because they weren't getting any and it was just way too hot for them. So that was also taken care of.
Linda, I don't
Yes.
see a schedule for the fire station. Is that?
I sent it separately, probably maybe around 4 o'clock
Was a separate.
Today?
today.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was a separate email.
Okay.
Hey,
Sorry.
Linda, in addition to this schedule of work that we received today, I'm also aware that there's a working group that meets every Tuesday at the fire station, which includes our building inspector, our former building inspector, who's overseeing the project, and the principal people working on the project, as well as somebody from the selectman's office. I'm not sure if it's Carl, one of the selectmen, go over there, but they meet every Tuesday. And if the committee would like, I could probably take a visit tomorrow when they meet and try to get the latest update. I'm not sure what's going to be available this early in the project because they literally just started a week or two ago. And
Yeah.
I don't think there's any cost overruns or anticipated things like that at this point. But if you wanted me to, I could attend that meeting just to get the latest information.
I think that would be good because Carl actually thought that you were going to be attending that.
Okay.
So that would be great. And then you can just keep us updated.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank
It's an
you.
election tomorrow. It's an election tomorrow too, so I would want to go to that, but I'm working at the polls.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a valid excuse. Okay. And I don't know why, but my attachments will not open up. And they were open earlier today. So can somebody tell me what's next on the agenda, please?
Well, after we did the repairs in the fire station, it says the budget update notification of the level funded state aid under new business. I guess we moved to new business.
Okay. Okay.
Linda, are you on an iPad?
I am.
It might be in like the iBooks. They might have opened there.
Okay.
Saved there.
All the pages opened up and they're blank. And they weren't blank when we started the meeting.
That's weird. Anyway,
Okay. All right. So as we kind of discussed, we thought there would be a 14% reduction. That was the rumor with the state budget, and that has pretty much come true. And so at this point, they're saying that we're going to have less state aid. And, per Carl, we did the right thing with preempting the idea that to prepare that we're not going to have as much money coming in through the state as what we could have had. And, I honestly sorry, now I can't pull up the information on it either. I had something else on that and now I can't get it.
Well, then what was the level funding?
That's what
notification? What does that mean then?
just what we approved.
Okay, but it says state budget notification of level funded state aid. What does that mean?
So what we got last year, we basically get this year. That's my understanding of it, that there won't be an increase, usually kind of like on our property taxes and everything. Each year there's a little bit of an increase that increases the money for the budget, and we won't have that with the state. It's all level.
Okay, but then you just said that there was a 14% decrease and that's coming true. So is it level funded or is it a 14% decrease?
You know what? I'm sorry to say I don't know. We approved it. Well, I'm confusing the state budget and the town budget. So the town budget, we knew we were going to be short and we made extra cuts before it went to the town vote. I think for the level funded, it'd be like the chapter 90 and chapter 70 money will be level funded. There won't be any increases to that state aid.
Okay, and chapter 70, that's for the schools, correct?
Right. So
Okay.
what I think is when we were budgeting, we were anticipating a 14% cut, but with the state aid this year, it's going to be level funded the same as last year. So we're kind of a little bit ahead because we anticipated a cut, but I think it's going to be level.
Okay.
So what that may help us out with is the tax rate
Tax rate.
going forward, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is good news. Sort of a roundabout way to get there, but
Yeah.
Are there any departments that have been spending more than anticipated, like the Board of Health or the police? Well, schools we anticipated. How are they doing on their budgets?
They're all doing, at this point, doing well. We've kind of been looking, having them only do like a quarter of the budget at a time for blanket POs. So they're staying within budget. I don't see anything that's, at this point, they're staying within their budget.
Okay, because I heard a comment that the Board of Health was kind of going through their budget. And then I just know around talking to different people, when the police respond to calls now, there seems to be 2 and 3 officers showing up, one handling the situation, 2 standing back. So I didn't know if there was anything with overtime or their salary line, if they see any issues this early.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but I can definitely look into, I know, with the Board of Health, some of their stuff is still falling under the COVID, so there's some grant money that they're using.
Okay.
But let me look into.
Okay. And have we heard anything from the schools on how they're doing and within their budget, any large expenditures that they really didn't anticipate to get the schools open?
Not that I've heard.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything on it either, but I didn't Zoom the last couple of meetings that they had.
you did or you didn't, Linda?
I did not.
Okay.
So I have no idea what's going on with them. I don't mind finding out though, because I know that they're independent of our budget, but it would still be good to know how they're doing within their own budget.
Yeah, because their budget, they maxed out their E&D account in anticipation of extra costs incurred this year. But, if they're falling short, you know who they're coming to.
Right,
And,
right.
they promised that they wouldn't come to us, at least in the beginning.
Right.
But, who knows?
Yeah. I'll put in a call to them and tomorrow and find out what's going on. And if there's nothing going on, great. But I can't imagine that there isn't. I mean, they, just like everyone else, I'm sure that they have many scenarios done, and I know they're finalized on their start of the school year plan, but I don't know what that means financially to them.
Yeah, but just cost of the PPE and whatever dividers they need and the
Well,
rearranging of the classrooms.
I know that they are in negotiations with staff, because if Wednesday is a day that school is closed, are people paid for the 5 days a week, or they're only getting paid for the 4 days a week? And I know they were going to negotiations on that, and that it shouldn't cost them any money, but they may save some money if they don't have to pay the staff for more than 4 days a week.
So
Are working on
are they
Wednesday.
only doing, is that fifth day isn't a remote day, it's a day off?
The Wednesday is a remote day, but you wouldn't have, it's supposed to be a
Oh,
deep cleaning day.
clerical and those steps, okay.
Right. Paras,
Okay.
I don't know that paras would be working on remote days. I don't know what the paras would do. You wouldn't need the bus drivers on that day. So I'm not sure how all of that's playing out.
And
Do
then-
they have wiggle room in the transportation contract that they signed? Was it a flat contract, or was it like a per run type of basis that they signed the contract?
It's a per run.
Okay.
So that's part of the big question, is how does that play out now? It's kind of like the paras. If the paras aren't in the classroom, they're not a part of the remote teaching, to my knowledge. So,
They might well be. They are in many districts. They absolutely
are
are.
they?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I wasn't sure of, and that'll definitely be a question I would ask them, is how they're proceeding with the contracts because of having to do the altered schedules.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have no info on them.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because paras have a contract. Does the clerical staff have a contract too?
Yes, they
So-
do.
So it's like everybody has a contract,
Yes.
one way or another. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm not sure how all that's playing out, but I definitely will. I'll send them an email tonight and see if they can either send me something, or if we can talk tomorrow and get an update on where they're at with everything.
Okay.
Okay.
In those schools, every day is just a big, no one really knows yet what's going to happen tomorrow.
No, they don't. They really, really.
Don't know. Yeah. It seems like maybe some of this work could have been done over the summer instead of waiting for the 10 days of PD, but
You think? Yes, that
they're
would
not
help.
alone. It's across the Commonwealth.
I know.
Yeah, I think a lot of them were just waiting for the guidance, and once the guidance.
And the guidance came very late.
Yes,
Yeah,
it did.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. And I think everybody's behind on a lot of the stuff there because everything arrived late. So,
Yeah.
okay, we'll check in on the school. Is there any other new business? Any old business? And I don't see that we have any reserve fund transfers. So, next thing is setting up a new meeting date. If we go, we either go like September 28th, or we could go October 5th. Is there a preference?
The 28th?
28? Everybody else, how do you feel about the 28th?
Fine.
I'm good either day.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll go September 28th, 5:30 again.
Sounds good.
5:30 works.
Okay, fabulous. All right, well, thank you for your patience when I stumbled through a few things. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll
Second, whoever.
pick one.
All right, I'm doing that, and you'll find out when the minutes come through who I chose, or who wrote Robin chose. Okay, I say yes to adjourning. Art,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Sheila,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
and Karen.
Yes.
All right. 5:54, we are